Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the first time watching review series. And in today's video, we're going to be beginning the Jason Bourne franchise. So, yeah, quite excited to start watching this because I've wanted to watch the Jason Bourne films for a long time now. If I don't drop that, let me just show you my little Bourne Blu-ray collection up here. So, I've got the first four in this box set here, which is quite nice. And then I've got Jason Bourne as well. Very excited to start watching these because, yeah, as I mentioned, Bourne is something that's been on my watch list for a while now, and they just seem like really entertaining films. So let me just quickly read the description of the first film. Racing to unlock the secret of his own identity, amnesiac operative Jason Bourne. Forgive me if I pronounce the word amnesiac or something wrong, because I don't know how to pronounce that. Jason Bourne discovers the deadly truth. He's the government's #1 target, a $30 million weapon it no longer trusts, and Academy Award winner Matt Damon. So that's quite interesting, actually. I'm pretty interested to see how his performance is as Jason Bourne. So yeah, this is a nice box set containing the first four films. Once we work our way through that four, we have Jason Bourne to watch. So yeah, but today, of course, in this video, we'll be watching The Bourne Identity, the first film of the franchise. So let's pop that in the player. Pop the Blu-ray player on. Should come on, wait for it. There we go. Pop the TV on first. Pop the case open, right at the front, as you can see already, at the top, Bourne Identity. So yeah, it's 15 in Ireland. Actually, I didn't know that. It's probably kept in Ireland. So we'll go over here, pop the disc in, and close it. If you can close, there we go. Movie's all set up now. We're on the main menu of the film, and yeah, all that's left to do is press play now and see you after the film.
He has the skills.
You! Stop right there!
Of a dangerous man.
I need to know what went wrong.
I think he snapped.
But he has no memory.
We don't take care of this, we will both burn. He's trained, conditioned, built to disappear.
I'll give you $10,000 to drive me to Paris.
I get the money, and I don't get hurt.
That's the deal.
Now, the government's top agent.
I can't remember anything that happened before 2 weeks ago.
Visa?
Yes.
Is about to become their #1 target.
What's in Paris?
It's a name, Jason Bourne.
Let's see if the Paris police can find him for us.
And the only way he can survive
Talk a lot.
is to find out who he is.
I guess you're not home. Monsieur Bourne!
I don't recognize any of this.
Before they find out
Get the address. I think I got it.
Enhance.
where he is.
Get everybody up. I want them all activated. Do it now!
What is it? Something wrong?
We can't stay here. It's not safe.
He's out of control. It's very clear what needs to happen.
Based on the international bestseller
I don't want to know who I am anymore.
from Universal Pictures,
You got to get as far away from me as you can.
What are you gonna do?
Danger
I have everything they put inside me.
is
Everything I ever learned. All of it.
Bourne.
I'm going to make it stop.
The Bourne Identity.
So after having just watched The Bourne Identity, I must say I'm pleasantly shocked by how good it was. It was a real surprise, this one. I'm glad at how much I enjoyed it. The film has a unique story to it, and I like that. It follows a mysterious man found in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea by some fisherman who has amnesia. As he begins a journey to discover his identity, he's unaware of his deadly past and the danger that lies ahead. So all my positives about The Bourne Identity: the whole premise is different, clearly demonstrated by the story. The tone is dark and gritty, which almost carries a sense of realism, which I really liked as well. Aside from maybe a tiny mini running a whole batch of police cars in Paris, but that's fine because it's Bourne, he's allowed to do what he wants. Which leads into the action, and the action, whilst not many compared to the likes of, say, Mission Impossible or even James Bond, it still has solid action. I mean, there's actually action on the screen. It's very well done. The car chase in Paris and apartment fights are clear visual examples of this. I mean, quality over quantity, am I right? There's also a really thrilling scene in the film in which Bourne is hiding from a sniper in a really tall field. It's like a field full of like tall, like branches of grass, and it's really hard to see. So with his smart thinking, he manages to draw the gunman out of hiding by, I can't remember really exactly what it was, but like, I think he shot his gun into the air, firing like birds, you know, flying away, which would probably like lead to his hiding place. That's really smart, I thought. So yeah, as I said, I can't remember exactly what it was, but there's a scene on YouTube, I'm sure. If you look that up and watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I thought Matt Damon's portrayal as Bourne was great, even in the first film. It's a good performance and it's still really entertaining. I mean, usually first films, it does take a bit of time getting used to playing that character, but Bourne plays it like he's already been playing the role for like years. That's quite natural. He's really natural at playing Jason Bourne, and it's really good to see also. Franca Potente as well, I think that's how you pronounce her name. Potente as Bourne's love interest is something I don't mind, honestly, but I would have definitely preferred Julia Stiles as his love interest. The film is well written as well, and is consistent with being good, I would say, which is a great thing. It's something that I have good hopes for that will continue into the other Bourne films. The music as well, the music was, whilst probably goofy sounding today, it still has that very 2000s or early 2000s vibe about it and feel to it, like the Mini Chase has that like hip hoppy 2000s music playing in the background, which I think is pretty good. And I mean, especially for when it was released, I think it would have been great back then, and it's still fun to listen to whilst maybe being 23 years old now. It's still quite fun to listen to. It still holds up, I suppose. And yeah, it's really fun. There's actually some quite good pieces of music in this film, which I like. Another thing I really also enjoyed about the film was the cinematography and direction of the film. It just seemed really well done as well. I mean, a lot of things are well done in this film, and that's a great thing. But the visual style, particularly its use of handheld cameras, just adds to that super realistic, more reality, you know, facing feel. So that is really good. It immerses the viewer in Bourne's world. It's like a POV shot almost. It's very, as I said, gritty and shaky. Even at some points. So it helps to add to that sense of realism. Also, the fact towards the end of the film, Bourne just uses a dead body to ride down the staircase. It's just like a human shield. That is hilarious, and one of the standouts I remember this film for. But now, the things I didn't really enjoy, the negatives. Well, to begin with, I thought the film at times just had too many dialogue scenes, which I know are important to the story. I know I might get some hate for that, but there just didn't need to be that many of them, in my opinion. Like, just sometimes I felt like it was too much talking, and then it was just a bit boring and dragged on a wee bit. But yeah, that's just my opinion. There was a bit too much talking. And it also never gives a really good, or it also really never gives a good reason for explaining the complete part or past of Jason Bourne, which I understand could be a thing that's something that they touch upon in future films. But for this film, apart from him trying to find his identity, we don't really get a good insight in why he's Jason Bourne. Like, we see one flashback and it shows what he was doing before he was washed up in the sea, but that's just about it. There isn't actually any background or insight into like how he became this man. Was he always this deadly or fierce? His past life before this kind of stuff when he was not an assassin, well, it never really tells us that. So I'm hoping that the sequels will tell us more about that. But yeah, the Bourne Identity does not do a great job in like actually explaining to the audience who Jason Bourne really is. But as I said, that can be touched upon in future films, so I will understand more maybe later on when I continue the series. So yeah, it's something I didn't really get, but again, that could just completely change when I watch the rest of the series. But yeah, the plot as well, something I really obviously enjoyed and praised for. Its uniqueness, you know, it can sometimes just be really confusing and difficult to follow, making the understanding of the film not as high as I would like it to be. So yeah, as I said, the plot was great. I loved the story. I loved the whole concept of it, but sometimes it just got a bit confusing and it could be difficult to follow for some other people. That could sometimes actually have an impact on how they view the film and how can they understand the story. So I think the story, whilst great, it could have been done a slight bit more better. If that was fixed, this film is completely great. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but this is still some things to be fixed. And I felt like, of course, the confusing aspect of the story could have been improved. So yeah. So overall, with its unique approach, fun action and good performance from Matt Damon, The Bourne Identity as a whole is a solid and fun spy thriller which I really enjoyed. It gets a solid 4 out of 5 stars and an 8 out of 10 rating from me. So thank you for watching this review, guys. If you did enjoy, please remember to comment, like, share and subscribe if you want to. I'll be continuing my series of watching the rest of the Bourne films in the future, so stay tuned for that. But until the next video, bye bye.